Buildpulse is a plug-and-play solution for commercial buildings. We tie into analytics solution, building automation systems like Siemens, Johnson, Honeywell, potentially, hopefully, Notion down the road. We gather all information available, and then we standardize it and push it to the cloud, and then provide reports for portfolio managers and facility teams. So if you're looking at data at an aggregate level, not just one individual building, that's what we do. So fortunately, Brett kind of went through all of the issues in the space, which is great. That saves me a lot of time. And I can go into what people are currently doing today to try to figure out areas to save energy. So we have one customer who has about 90 buildings. They have 2 techs just trying to find HVAC issues with one piece of equipment. And so for them, these 2 techs, full-time employees, they're just constantly checking chiller plants across their portfolio. So to do that test with 90 buildings, they get 40 buildings done in a year. So it's physically impossible for them to actually audit all of the buildings in their portfolio. And this is standard practice in most of the industry. You'll have commissioning agents come in maybe 3 to 5 years, depending on the building, and do an audit. Otherwise, if it's not broken and no one's complaining, why go fix it, right? So this is a manual process, and for me, I have a background in operations and online marketing, and I always do scenario analysis and try to figure out ROI. So this is a case where they're actually dumping money into these guys to go hunt for issues, even though most of the time they don't actually discover anything. And every time we go talk to a customer, they talk about their command center, they talk about the dashboards that they have. They talk about, I just sit here for hours upon hours upon hours, looking at these dashboards, trying to figure out where there's an issue. And that's with the sensors that are in the market today. Overall, the smart sensors, IoT devices, are supposed to expand exponentially, whereas your team will not. You'll still have the same 2 or 3 guys trying to look through all of this information. So that's where, sorry, I kind of went over this, but basically teams spend most of their time just trying to understand reports. Once you get the information and process it, most teams that we talk with don't actually have not only the analytics expertise, but oftentimes the building's expertise to go sort of fix the problem. So they'll have to rely on a third party like McKinstry. We're based in Seattle, so McKinstry is a pretty big one. So that's where we come in. We have a small device. We actually leverage a Raspberry Pi. We're a software company, so we're hardware agnostic. But we take the Pi, we can ship it anywhere in the world. You can plug into the current system that you have, and we standardize, we'll map all the data, push to the cloud, and it's all automated. So you'll get out-of-the-box reports without having to have a controls guy go in and map data. You don't need an analyst to come and set up reports. You basically just get the information that you need to make critical decisions as a business expert. So this is an example of one of our reports. We basically go through, we show you all the pieces of equipment we scan, like an air handling unit. We give you an estimation based on ASHRAE standards for a range of potential savings. And for all of these issues, you can just drill down to the specific data related to the information. So this customer, I think they have about 20 buildings in their portfolio, and they have this issue with the chilled water plant that they didn't know about, even with experts in the commissioning team. And this is another thing that's huge, as has been mentioned, the facility side, is comfort. People will always call and complain about hot-cold complaints, but no one that we've talked to so far has a very good holistic view of, are people hot or cold over time? It's always if one individual calls and complains. So this is actually an audit of all the rooms in those 20 buildings in real time. And so they know that, okay, 81% of my rooms are comfortable, and I actually have some very cold and very hot rooms that I need to actually go address. So once you have access to this data, there's amazing ways that you can leverage it to improve your operational team, not only in the amount of time that they spend, but also improving tenant comfort.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter. Also, if you want to come to a VW event, use the code BWTV and get 15% off. We hope to see you soon.